You see, I picked up on that. I just saw it. What did you see, Shauna? Well, I'm alive, near 50 years old, and then I was like looking into it myself, like as an experience, like what exactly is the problem? Like what is going on? And I thought, well, see, I'm not making this up, but it's like I made it up on myself as an original thinker. It's really hard to hear it in words, like what is going on? Like what you see, okay, after a while, because, well, I'm a Libra, by the way, and I don't exhibit it anywhere near, especially like to a lot of narcissists who want unmerited attention. um, would disagree, but it's like, no, I'm actually very concerned about the quality human relationships that we conduct here. I'm actually very fascinated by human relationships. I think it's paramount. Of course, I have 5 planets in Libra. I mean, there's a saying that says the universe is our relation with each other, and it's important to translate that and tear it all apart, because the narcissist has their spectrum of hearing things coming from an inside out, twisted upside down universe called fear. So they have a whole other set of rules and stuff, and it's not universal law that they're working with. It's something that is made by the mind, and now it's like we're being safe. And anyway, God, what I really wanted to see, Sam Vaknin just put out a video, and he is like right on the edge. Like, I'll have a ping, I'll wake up in the morning. Well, this is taking a long time to finally come out. I don't know whoever said it like this, but he said it, and it's like, yes, that's it. So I'm going to put that video where it comes up. It's a disturbing title, the dead mother thing. And it's a disturbing subject matter. I mean, who cares about relationships, right, narcissist? Forget it. It's the most important thing you go for, because there isn't anything that you're going to seek refuge in. And by the way, it's not a place to hide in. It's a place to expose ourselves in, and maybe we get better at being who we are. Maybe. Oh no. Who we can't, like the potential. We can get good at being who we are. Anyway, God, what I really wanted to say, you guys, what it's really hard to talk about, because it's really hard to talk about. So, but I am right. He said it right there. He said it. See, what I was looking at, I'm encountering these extremely, they're sick people, right? Narcissists. Just in general, there they are. It's you interact, and some of them will stick out more than others. Can't take them personally. There's something that's like, wow, you can just expect that they're gonna run, that some of them are just gonna run you across the fucking coal. Like, yeah, use you as a scapegoat or something. So, but anyway, point being, you notice this thing going on in society, and you wonder, what is it? Why? Now, why is it that some people are, okay, now what I get, okay, now, God, this is what I really wanted to say after a minute 36 or 9, God. Empaths. Hi, empath. You still watching this? This is for us. Okay, so we are really feeling this out. We think, okay, so what just happened? They're like, what is going on? See, I came up with that, okay, so there are some people who are more, they are fully encased in the mind. Now, with the subject matter comes narcissism. 100%, it's plumb. That's the same subject matter. There isn't anything called narcissism. I say it's the mind. It's the mind left unseen. Period. By the awareness. Awareness is now stuck in the mind. Here we go. Where this is what I was saying. And he's saying, see, Sam Vaknin is saying, well, this starts because, well, you're a human being, and you're born into a field of information, which is another human being, which mainly is always the mother. Okay, the mother is one giving birth and has this make or break quality. Like, really, it's an emanation. It's like, what is going on there? So The phenomenon is that okay, this is what you can study about child psychology, which everybody should study that course before trying to have a child. But no, narcissists don't care. They have a completely God where they're coming from. Having children, first of all, those aren't human beings that they're putting in the world. They don't know what a human being is. They don't care about that. They don't care about themselves enough to know that, well, this is a whole other fucking replica could happen here. And do you want to perpetuate the same misery that you are? Do you want to make things better, or do you have any feeling at all? No. What is the feeling? Fuck. If it's the mind, you just think, oh, I'm gonna get a new watch. That's it. Let's pump it out. Now I'm gonna wear it. And there's a child there. And it's like, nah, you put it down. And you pick it up, and you put it down, and you pick it up, and whenever you want to use it, and it's like, that's a human being there. Excuse me. Fuck. I want sanctuary and exempt me from that society. Thank you. Back to these weirdos that talk like this, and it's like, how dare you? It's like, well, how dare you not look at the information? Child psychology, get therapy, look at it. Therapy is gnarly, isn't it? You have to look at yourself raw. Most people don't want it, right? You see, this is the thing about 5 planets in Libra. The Libra is a natural therapist. They are the only ones out of all of the zodiac sign, because they understand so naturally about relationships. I mean, they do. They are the natural weighing it out and looking at the truth of everything, really, refining it enough, very much Saturnine. Uh, Libra is ruled by Saturn anyway. They are specializing in this subject matter, so not everybody is going to understand where they're coming from because they don't have that skill. Maybe a Scorpion does, and maybe some later planets do, because after the consciousness of waking up is very intense. The Libra is the first opposition to Aries, which now you're noticing the other. You are in relationship now with not just other people, but there is a space in between us, and there's a space in between your mind and then there's the experience of reality, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? And that's the heart. That's where you are now, whether you can think about it or not. I mean, look at this. Go. Did you get it? um, God. So, the faction of people that are running around like this, blinded to the mind, is because, okay, so there's a natural thing. If you study child psychology, just who we are, it's amazing. It's fucking beautiful. It's fucking so delicate. It's so sensitive. It's the learning child of the mind, the learning mind of a child. It's called hyper learning. From a certain point to a certain point, they are being crammed with. Come on, can't you just see it? I've looked at it. It's like this little thing, this little child is experiencing things for the first time. What it's trying to experience is its body, right? You see the moments when it tries to stand up and it has a destination and it kind of goes for it. Usually it's another person, maybe. It really helps to have another person looking and saying, come on, let's do it. I mean, a child is learning why to shit in the toilet because a human, see, the way that you train a child to do it, and a lot of people don't know this, is you celebrate it. Whenever they take a pee or a poop in the toilet and say, yay, oh my God, you did it. And, you're such, and let's watch it. Because they're like, God, I did it. I can do this on my own. It's like, yes. Don't scold it or anything at any time. You just make a big deal anyway. God, I don't know anything about it, but I'm just trying to make people see. God, I've seen this thing right now. I just saw it. Sound back, and I'll put the video up. And he said this thing that me as an empath has been trying to like figure out what is going on here. And I was like, I think I was like dialing in on it naturally. I was like, okay, so I was saying early on, the child is trying to get in its body, but it's being interfered with by some mind over there that thinks it knows better than the basics of child psychology, like what is happening there. has absolutely no fucking respect at all, let alone the intelligence to know what is happening. The delicacy of the child getting into its body. So what happens is it stays in its mind. Now, this is going to be very, very subtle. What Sam Vaknin is saying is that the work of the work of the mother is what happened, that the child now was just locked into the mind and never gets into the body. So, it's experiencing existence through the mind. He says it so perfectly. I'm so excited about it. Because it's another moment of like, I've been trying to figure this out on my own. Like, why? What is happening? Like, why do we see? And they say it's 80% of people that, and since the C19 announcement, something has flared up, that it's increased to 99%, like 90% or something, that are suffering from just the basics. Okay, so there's like a sliding scale, but so there's 80%, and there's a huge percentage. Most babes, it's the whole world out there functioning with fucking smokestacks trying to make it real. Who's trying to make it real? Who's doing that? First of all, there's something that knows the nature of the mind and hides it from us. And in the West, it's nearly gone from perception. Like, well, maybe you can change your behaviors by what? Looking into the mind. They say changing your mind. See, I'm not a big culprit of giving your thoughts that credit. What I do is give focus the credit, which is beyond thought. See, if you have a thought, you've lost focus. What is the focus? A behavior. Get the fuck up, make your breakfast earlier in the morning, earlier and earlier, get up, move. Grab the shoes that you need today for the work that you're going to do today. You don't think about it, you just do it. Hi, I'm an Aries rising. And that is the I am, which is the all of the living body of Christ. And we were talking about a body. Boy, there's that basics where you have to get into your body, and then because there's the body of Christ that we have access to here. It's reality, the truth. It's amazing. It's way beyond the mind. You know what I mean? But see, so getting back to this thing that Sam Vaknin just says, look, this is the way it is. Okay, so what happens is, okay, the natural process is by the age 1.5 to 2 or 3. Well, it's what I'm understanding. Okay, it's 26 months. This is what I'm detecting. It's just a natural science. See, the organism, when it gets out of the womb, it still thinks, its mind, its perception, still thinks it's inside of the womb. It's still the one with the mother. It still thinks that's me over there, and I'm, and you know what I mean. It doesn't even see a separate body there. That starts to what is called individuation separation, I guess is what it's called. See, I'm learning the mechanics of this. Very simple, and this might be what I'm going to do if I'm going to do something for money. Is just of course, while you're doing this, you have had to have paid attention to yourself and what's going on. A lot of people misunderstand why people stay alone. It's like because I'm healthy. People that are really unhealthy, like narcissists. No, I'm not talking about babes. I'm not talking about I guess I am talking about this handicap, but no, that there's a cunning thing. See, this is what we need to talk about. Will Sam Vaknin say this? Like the nature of the mind. See, he doesn't. He says, no, now look at the mind. Let's look at the mind as a fucking bandit. It's the narcissist we're talking about. So the mind see, the Buddhists have already poked it with a fork and fucking exposed the nature of the mind and all of it. And they say, there's a fly in here again. Gotta get it's the same fly. So anyway, they say, see, the flies would stay downstairs where there's a light, and I would turn. See, the problem is I would turn on this light on, and so now the fly is coming up. God, I got off the subject matter hard. let's get back to this communications. It's like it needs to keep coming up. It's really nearly impossible to communicate about it. But no, Sam Backman says, I am trying to say something about it. Is I'm unsure about myself until I hear a worldwide renowned psychoanalyst, physicist, book writing, fucking country going person just basically kabloop to bop about the science of it. This is what you're looking at. So what happens with the individuation separation phenomenon is the poor little child, especially now. I think that the reason why that there's a reason why that boys are susceptible to the effects of this more than the woman, but that I'm going to set that aside, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong. But um 80% aren't making it out of their minds and into their bodies because something going on with the mother. And see, I'm looking at, that could just be a flash of a season. She's probably going through postpartum depression or something, from birthing or something that happens to women where they get disconnected. And maybe there's, like, it could happen. See, this is what messes a child up. It's just at that vital point of hyper learning, when they're said to no, 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 to the very universe that they're trying to get into their body and all this stuff. It fucking ruins them. A very small moment. That's where they're at, is called hyper learning stage. And it's like, and by the time you're 3 years old, you are sealed up with that personality of understanding of what it's all about, like, see, how you are supposed to engage emotionally and all that stuff, like, is it safe or not? Basically, is it safe or not? Um, and what kind of shit is it? Well, if it's purely in the mind, well, no. Sam Daxon then says it's not sealed up, almost like to the age 26. I mean, they have to learn that existential reality is happening without that other mind there. You are there. So they're just not bodily in there. God, it's just hard to talk about. But I've been looking at you. You look at it. I see some people that are okay. Just the bottom line is that they do the same thing. See, you are just an accumulated pixel building up in their minds. I can imagine living like this, but I guess if you're doing this, you see, it gets old quick, because now, first of all, you are just stuffed. You are stuffed full of shit. I hope you don't have kids, because you don't have time for them. You don't have space in your mind for them. You don't have the same mind as them. You're not learning anymore. You can't, because you have all this shit piled up. In fact, you have the idealization of what they are, and all stuffed up in there, man. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, really? Really? And you're fucking taking it all seriously out there, fucking filming away like the industry itself, just fucking taking care of all this stuff with money. Amazing!